guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing with you my eyeshadow palette collection. I did this video about a year ago and I think a lot of the products are the same, but I've also gained some new subscribers and I've also gained some new palettes, and so I thought I would share them with you guys today. The reason why I'm not doing an eyeshadow palette declutter and I'm just doing a collection is because I can't get rid of any of my eyeshadow palettes. There are a few in this video though that I might decide to declutter as I'm sharing them with you. So I might end up decluttering a few products here and there when I get to them, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to share with you all the palettes that I own in my collection. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So let's just get my Jaclyn palettes out of the way. You guys know I do love my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I've had this one for a while now. It's probably almost been 2 years actually, and I just love this palette. This is just like the basic palette that everybody needs. Like if you need just one palette with a bunch of different shades, this is definitely your palette. It's more of a warm tone palette. I do like more cool tones, but I do get enough use out of it, and like I'm a makeup freak. I obviously don't just wear cool tone shadows, so I really like this palette and it's definitely my favorite. I also have two palettes from the Vault Collection. I have the Ring the Alarm and Bling Boss. Ring the Alarm is definitely more warm tone. Bling Boss is more cool tone. I bought the Bling Boss purple one with my own money, and then I was gifted the Ring the Alarm, and I love both of these. As soon as I saw this purple palette, I was like, I need this palette because I absolutely love purples and cool tones on my eyes. I have like green, brown eyes. They change. I've always said that I've had green eyes, but whenever people look at me, they're always like, you have brown eyes. And I'm like, no, I have green eyes. It's just kind of funny like that. So my eyes do change, and I think with my green eyes, this purple is really pretty. I think it just goes with my skin tone, my hair color, everything. And then the warm tone one is really beautiful as well. I actually love yellows on my eyes. I love to play around with the yellow colors. So this is Bling Boss and this is Ring the Alarm. So pretty. I also eye up, is it the green one? I think it's the green one. There's like two more that she has in this collection, and I do eye up like the greenish one. It's so pretty. I do really like the Jaclyn Hill formula. I like the original palette better than the Vault Collection. Jaclyn's always got controversy, but I like her eyeshadow palettes. Let's get Morphe out of the way. The other Morphe palette I own is the 35M Boss Mood. I love the shimmers in this palette. I don't necessarily like the mattes as much because they are a little bit tricky to blend. They're not like terrible, like they're easy, you can totally work with them. They're not like bad or anything. They're just a little trickier. And also when you use color, it's gonna be harder to blend anyway. I really like this palette. I think this bronze copper shade is pretty, this green, this red, this like pinky red. Like the shimmers are beautiful. The mattes are good too, but I do like the shimmers, especially in this palette. But I do have to say that the Jaclyn Hill quality is a lot better than this quality. Okay, one that I think I'm just going to get rid of is this Profusion Beauty Superstars palette. You guys probably didn't even know I had this. Half the time I forget that I even own this. So this has eyeshadows in it, and then it also has face products, a brush, which I kind of forget that I even own this brush. I think this is an eyeliner, and like a lip gloss. I'll put on the sparkling lip topper that I've never used. Ooh. That is the stickiest lip product I've ever used in my entire life. I do not like that. Anyway, this palette is okay. It's pigmented. It's just very crumbly. A lot of the shadows are, I mean, first of all, it's in this plastic packaging, which I could depot them. They are pretty, but they are very powdery, and like that is like really thin and sheer. Now, if you like damp your brush, like look at that. That's like nothing. If you if you wet your brush and just kind of, you could make it work, like it would be really pretty, but it is just so much work for a palette that I have pretty much these shades everywhere else, so I am gonna get rid of this. But I did like this for a while, and I did use this in a couple videos. I like the green in it too, but I do have other greens, especially in that other Morphe palette. My Naked palette. I just cannot get rid of these. This is why I can't do declutter, because I cannot get rid of these. I have the Urban Decay Naked, the original, which they don't sell anymore, so that's another reason why I can't get rid of it. Mine is hardly even touched, you guys. I have a feeling once I get to college, I will definitely probably use this a lot more. This is a warm tone, but it does have more cool tones, which I like. My lips. Okay, every time I need to take this off. Every time I reach for this palette, I do love it. I don't know, this was not the first Naked palette I owned. I did own the Naked 2 as well. That was the first, I think this was like the first high-end eyeshadow palette I ever owned, actually, was the Naked 2 palette. And I love this palette. I love cool tones, like I said. And I would always like watch comparison, like which one do you want? And I went for the Naked 2, which is weird because most people would go for the Naked, the original first. But I really like the shades in this. I think I like YDK, which is like this like cool tone purpley. But I do love the crease colors in this. And especially like Sidecar, I just love shades like that. And then even Sin or Toasted. So I think the only gripe I have with this palette is that the darker shades are more shimmery, or they're not like full on mattes, and I do like matte darker shades, like crease shades. But I have a feeling, especially once I get to college and I don't have time to sit and play with makeup all the time, that I will definitely reach for this more. And there's just something about the generic, basic Naked palette, you know? There really is, so I like it a lot. And my Naked 2, which this one I haven't even, okay, you're supposed to get rid of these after like 12 months too, and I've had these for like 4 years. This palette is gorgeous though. And so, I don't like the packaging on this one though. I don't really like the tins as much, but I just can't get rid of those. Same with my Too Faced palettes, you guys. I haven't bought Too Faced palettes. I haven't bought any Naked palettes in years, but these are the original ones I have, and I just cannot get rid of them. The Too Faced Chocolate Bar smells like heaven. Colors in this are okay. I just really don't get the color scheme. Like these, I could live without. And I think like if you covered that up, this palette would look so much more neutral, but it's like those pops of colors, especially that purple. These aren't even that great as shadows. I like this, and I like just like the neutrals. So again, another neutrals palette that I'll probably be reaching for a lot, especially when I don't have... I'm going to do a video of what makeup I bring to college with me, because I am leaving a bunch of it back at home. But I think I'll be bringing only a couple palettes, and it'll probably be this one, the original Naked, and my Jaclyn Hill. That's probably the only ones I'll bring. I say that, but it's going to be a lot harder for me to decide. But the bonus of this is it just smells so good. And I used to talk on my channel way back when that if you just want a beginner eyeshadow palette, that I thought this was best because it wasn't too pigmented, but it wasn't not pigmented, you know? Like these shadows blend really easily, but they're not too intensely pigmented that it's like too much, you know? So I really like that one. I do have the Sweet Peach palette. Oh, it smells like peaches. This one I like because I love this shade. Oh my gosh. I just did a look on my channel, which I will link down below. It might have even been my last video that I uploaded. It's the video I'm in the process of editing right now. I was getting ready and I actually pulled this palette out, and it was kind of good just to pull it out again because I haven't used this in a while, and I do like this palette. It is pretty. The color scheme again is a little bit tricky to try and figure out like what looks you want to do. That's sometimes the issue I have with these two palettes, is I kind of do the same looks every single time and I don't feel like I can be as creative. This one definitely gives you more colors and more like ideas that you could use. Just my Too Faced, my Naked palettes. They just have to stay with me. And I'm good about decluttering makeup too, but not these. So I did get rid of my Rock palette a while ago, which that was kind of a shock. Another one is my Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia. Now this one is on borderline. I probably could get rid of this one if I really wanted to. You guys know I'm really not a warm tone person. That's granted why the cool tone shade is really worn out of. If I do color, a lot of times I will reach for more reddish purpley shades. So I do have the Wet n Wild like palette in Rose in the Air, which is basically a dupe for it. My Wet n Wild one is definitely newer, and I think it's pretty good. I feel like, have I done a comparison video on this? I feel like I'd be dumb if I hadn't. It's literally a dupe for it, but I have both of these, and right now I'm just going to keep both of them. Again, this is not a declutter. This is why I didn't do a declutter, because I knew I was going to do this. I also have this Tartelette in Bloom. This is my definition of a mom palette. This is the palette that's not going to be, if you want to try out these crazy cut creases, this is not the palette. A lot of beauty YouTubers do not like this palette because it's not that top-notch quality, and not everybody wants that quality. I just don't think those people understand. And I love this for just a day-to-day basis if I just want something quick in my crease and a shimmer on my lid. It's just perfect. It's the perfect mom palette. That's what I call it, the mom palette. I always do. Even Emma, one day I was like, this is the mom palette. And she was like, yeah, that is a mom palette. So, you know, the shimmers are actually really gorgeous. And a lot of people hate on it, but I think, ooh, this might be another one I want to bring to college. You guys, this is going to be so difficult for me, but just the neutrals, the shimmers, there's a couple darks. If you're looking for a mom palette, that's it. My Profusion palettes, the Wanderlust and the Siennas, I love these as well. I have some more warm tones. This is definitely like a really great palette too. If you're looking for some shadows that are you're gonna get a good mix or range, you don't want to spend as much as the Jaclyn, which is only 30 something. These are $10 for these palettes. I don't think these palettes are as good of quality as the Jaclyn ones, but these definitely do have very good quality. They're just not top notch. This is an interesting way to hold it. But this is Wanderlust if you want some pops of colors. I do really like this palette for pops of colors. This is the one I reach for, especially this Majesty shade up here. Oh, it's so pretty. And then also my Siennas, of course. This is my warm tone one. I used to be on the PR list, but I haven't been sent any of their products recently. I don't know why, because I never talked bad about them, but I don't know. I also have the Royals palette. You know, I could probably get rid of this one just because I don't use these shadows that much, but I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to get rid of it quite yet. I could get rid of it if I really wanted to. Like, this isn't one that I'm, like, dying to keep, but I don't have, like, well, I probably do somewhere. But, like, a couple of these pops of colors is kind of fun to have, so. And I'm also going to a school where my main color is blue, so maybe I'll need it. I don't know. This Bad Habit Aphrodite palette, they don't even sell this anymore. And these, I mean, it's a mess. These shimmers are really pretty though if you like dig in them and with a wet brush and really apply them. Really pretty, but the mattes are not good. So this one I could probably get rid of too. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this one. I have shadows like this in other palettes. Like I totally do. So, I mean, they can be intense. Like look at that. But they are crumbly and I don't like the mattes, so I'll get rid of this one. Colourpop Double Entendre palette I really like for another neutral palette that I could definitely bring with me to school. This is gonna be really hard. I really like this one as well. Maybelline Lemonade Craze. I just got this one from my friend Emma. She didn't want this anymore. I'm gonna play around with this a little bit more before I get rid of it. I have all these shades, so I really don't need it, but I'll play around with this a little bit more before I get rid of it. This LA Girl Eyelux Mesmerizing Quad I use in my brows all the time. This cool tone shade. I love this palette so much. I kind of want to get more, which I don't need more. And then I have this e.l.f. This was like in literally a holiday collection. I can't get rid of this for sentimental reasons. My dad did get this for me. It was like 2 years ago, and I haven't even reached for it. I kind of forget I have it. It's not that great a quality or anything, but I just, you know, I just can't get rid of it. It's just one of those sentimental things where it's like he bought it for me and like he just saw it and he thought of me. It could make me cry. Well, I can't get rid of this, so that's another one I have. Well, those were all of my eyeshadow palettes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think I got them all. You never know, I'm probably forgetting something. I really don't own that much for being into makeup and a lover of makeup. I don't buy eyeshadow palettes. That's like the one thing I don't actually buy that often, which is weird. I think it's because I like to buy higher end ones if I do, and it's just, I like to try out foundations and stuff more than like eyeshadow palettes for some reason. But if you have any eyeshadow palettes that you love, that you think that I would love, let me know if you have great recommendations. I've heard the Persona one is really good and I've kind of been eyeing it up. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you're new. I would love to have you stick around. As I was saying in the video, I am going to college this fall and I will be doing a makeup that I'm bringing to college with me, which I think will be kind of important because it's like the products that I definitely 100% love and that I want to have with me that I will basically be using, and the rest of them will just kind of be chilling back at home. So anyway, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!